Hello, in today's session, we are going to discuss from question number 51 to 100. The first question talks here about that the Wellesley's policy, it led to Second Anglo-Maratha War. Now, what was this Wellesley's policy it is talking about here? It is regarding the Subsidiary Alliance. And what is this Subsidiary Alliance? In this Subsidiary Alliance, basically, the sovereignty of the local empire is taken over by the British East India Company. And what happens that they say we will be protecting your territory from the external attack. You have to pay our British troopers or the soldiers the salary, right? So by this what happened? Each British soldier had been stationed over there. Is it clear? Slowly, all these were basically the policies, the imperialistic policies of annexing the territories and just making them the puppet ruler sitting over there and taking all the powers into the Britishers' hand. All this had started after 1765 Treaty of Allahabad, right? When there had been more political intervention of Britishers into administrative processes of Indian government. Is it clear? So first statement over here is correct. He maintained strict neutrality between Indian powers to avoid the conflict. No, he had followed the policy of intervention over here, right? Now this policy of intervention, if you see, after this time has been started by the British generals who came to India. There was a debate which has always been going on, the Orientalist versus the Anglicist, right? Orientalists were those set of thinkers or the Britishers who sympathized with Indians, right? They considered Indian culture as indigenous and they did not had this superiority complex about their own culture. But the Anglicist thinkers or the administrators, the British administrators like Wellesley, we'll see Lord Curzon, they believed that it is a whitesman burden to basically make this civilization, Indian civilization, progressive. Is it clear? So they are coming from that school of thought, and this is how they are trying to interfere in the administrative process. Is it clear? Now, second one over here, second question over here is again in relation to the subsidiary alliance. I have already discussed what it is. Hyderabad first to accept the subsidiary alliance. This is absolutely right over here. Okay. The second one, Mysore, it accepted after the defeat in Fourth Anglo-Mysore War. This is also absolutely right over here. Okay. Awadh entered the alliance voluntarily without the military pressure. First of all, Awadh never entered the alliance voluntarily over here. In fact, we see that it was on the context of misgovernance that Awadh had been annexed. Is it clear? Punjab, it entered the alliance during the Wellesley's tenure. No, this is also wrong. So 1 and 2 are absolutely right over here. Okay. Which treaty concluded the first Anglo-Mysore War in 1769? Please try to make a tabular format, right? Anglo-Mysore, Carnatic Wars, Anglo-Maratha. Please put it on your table and just learn with the dates, first, second, third, fourth, date, right, between whom and who, and what was the conclusive part of the treaty. Okay, because no matter what, how much you study, you will always be tending to forget this. So basically, it was Treaty of Madras. It concluded in the Treaty of Madras, and the British East India Company over here, it was emboldened by its successors in Bengal, and they had allied with Nizam Ali of Hyderabad. Is it clear? Okay. Yeah, you can read. This is for your purpose. See, now, when I'm talking about Tipu Sultan, he is basically the one who is supporting. If you see world history lectures, we have already discussed, he's the one who had always supported the French Revolution, right? He was the one who has been supporting the Jacobean Club, the Treaty of Liberty, who had been believing in the principles of liberty, equality, and fraternity. So definitely he is going to retaliate to the imperialist policies of the Britishers over here. So Tipu Sultan's trade policy, it aimed to strengthen the state treasury, yes. He declared government monopoly over key commodities like sandal and pepper. Definitely, this is also right over here. He stationed commercial agents in foreign ports like Muscat and Jeddah. All the three are absolutely right over here. Because of this, his economic policy, he was able to sustain the war against the Britishers. Is it clear? Economy is equal to empire. The one who is having control over the economic resources is definitely going to rule, right? So this is little factual. All the statements are absolutely right over here. Now see this. Anglo-Mysore War. First war, it concluded with Treaty of Madras. This is absolutely right. Second war concluded with Treaty of Mangalore. This is also right. Third war concluded with Treaty of Seringapatnam. Okay, this is very important. This is also right. Because after this treaty, what happened? After this fourth war, no, it is not Treaty of Pondicherry. In the fourth war, we see over here that this state was completely, Mysore was brought or it was annexed via subsidiary alliance. What happened after this fourth war? There was a puppet, or you can say a Hindu puppet ruler who was made to sit on the throne. And later, this was also annexed by Treaty of Subsidiary Alliance. Okay, by the doctrine of Subsidiary Alliance. Is it clear? See over here. Okay.